Bo Epp, the catcher, bats 8th for Lincoln Standing Bear, and Cooper Schultz, their center fielder, rounds out the starting lineup. Lincoln Standing Bear enters the game with a record of 4-12 under head coach Kyle Beacom. The Bears, under head coach John Roan, are 4-13. As I mentioned, on the mound for Blair to start the game will be Lucas Matika. He's got a record of 1-2 on the season with a 4.12 ERA. Lucas is allowing opponents to hit under 300, 239. He's appeared in 4 games, thrown a total of 17 innings in those 4 games. He'll face Cameron Foster to get the ball game started. The first pitch from Matika is outside, ball 1. Foster, a junior right-handed batter, takes a second pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Evens up the count now at 1-1. He swings at the 1-1 pitch and bloops it into shallow right center. Nice job coming in, fighting the sun, and making the catch is Colton Nixon. Good job there by Nixon. He was fighting the sun and also Nathan Murray coming out from second base and did a good job to hang on to that ball for out number 1 here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Jackson Minzel, sophomore shortstop. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it right back to the screen. He's behind in the count 0-1. Matika's allowed 16 hits in his 17 innings of work. He's allowed 19 runs, only 10 of them earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 13. And now he's ahead in the count 0-2 on Minzel. And the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count stays the same. No balls and 2 strikes. Lucas has been pretty efficient in his work so far, averaging about 16 pitches per inning. That pitch is fouled away again, which has him below the team average. As a team, Bears are averaging right around 19 pitches per inning. So Lucas doing his job to bring that average down. He's also stranded 10 base runners in his work so far. That pitch is high. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the shortstop Minzel. And the wind and the delivery, swung on and missed. Breaking ball in, a good one. Strike 3. Minzel is set down. First strikeout of the ball game for Matika. It's out number 2 here in the top of the first. That will bring up the first baseman for Lincoln Standing Bear. It's Jackson Freschel, another junior. Of course, a new high school in Lincoln. No seniors on the squad. The juniors are the oldest class. First pitch is a swinging strike on a good high fastball there from Matika. It's 0-1. Lucas gets the sign from Andrew Smutney, brings a fastball home in there for a called strike, and quickly it's 0-2. Almost 60% of the time this season, as that pitch misses low, it's now a ball and 2 strikes. Almost 60% of the time on the roughly 80 batters that Matika has faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike. Done a good job early on in the count as that one misses wide. Counts now 2-2, but it's so important to get ahead of the batters. And Lucas so far has done a pretty good job of that. 2-2 with 2 away here in the top of the first on Freschel. He swings and spoils a good off-speed pitch. The count remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Number 3 spot in the Standing Bear order. Here's the 2-2 again. Once again, fouled back. A good breaking ball and a pretty good hack at it that time from Freschel. So the count stays the same at 2-2. New baseball out there to Matika. The wind and the pitch. Swung on and hit toward third. Scooped up by Wilkins. The throw across the diamond is in the dirt, and Chickus not able to pick it out of there. Rounding first and heading for second, sliding in there safely will be Freschel. So he reaches on the throwing error, and with 2 outs, Lincoln Standing Bear has a runner on base. We'll see if that error comes back to haunt the Bears, as they were one good throw away from a perfect top of the first. And now they'll face the cleanup hitter and the opposing pitcher, Gavin Bullock, with a runner in scoring position. Bullock, a right-handed batter. Going to get time called before the first pitch as Andrew Smutney heads out to visit with his pitcher. Beautiful sunny day here in Blair, Nebraska. Wind blowing ever so slightly from right to left. Shouldn't factor too much on anything popped up in the air. Now Matika's ready, working from the stretch for the first time, and he misses low and outside to Bullock. It's ball 1. As I mentioned, Lucas has stranded 10 base runners so far this season. That's among the leaders on the ball club. That pitch is swung on and missed. That evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Bullock. Matika with a long look in, checks second base, and the fastball catches the corner. Good spot there from Lucas, and again, he's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner on second here in the top of the first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air to left. Coming in and now drifting back, and over his head is Carter Saylor. That's going to allow a run to score, and trotting into second base, standing up with an RBI double, is Gavin Bullock. And Lincoln Standing Bear takes the early lead in this ball game as Jackson Freschel comes in to score. And another unearned run allowed by Lucas Matika. As I mentioned just a moment ago, almost half of the runs that he's allowed this season have been unearned. So that's now 20 runs, and it does come to exactly half now. It's 20 runs and only 10 of them earned. Situation remains the same, however, with a runner in scoring position. It's a new batter. It's Henry Warren, the second baseman. Warren is a sophomore, as Bullock leads away from second. Long look in to home there from Matika. Now he's finally ready. Pitch is in there for a called strike. It popped out of Smutney's glove, and he'll throw down to third base, but it's too late. Bullock has already taken third. Ball was right down the middle. It's called a strike. So the count's 0-1, but just popped in and out of Andrew Smutney's glove, and that's enough for Bullock to advance 90 feet. So he's now at third base. No balls and 1 strike to count on Warren. Going to catch the outside corner with the 0-1 pitch, and Lucas Matika is now ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the first. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is chopped foul toward the Bears dugout off the third base side. Count stays the same. Matika up around that 15 pitch mark here in the first inning. Another ball fouled away. Lincoln Standing Bear so far has done a pretty good job with 2 strikes at spoiling some of the offerings that Lucas has thrown up there. He was able to record the strikeout of Minso earlier, and this one is going to be swung on and lined foul, just foul down that right field line. That had extra bases written all over it for Warren, but couldn't quite keep it fair. So it's out of play, and the count stays the same. No balls and 2 strikes. Warren with a quick breather. Now he's back in the box. Matika will work from the wind. The 0-2 pitch. in the dirt. It's going to scoot past Smutney, and coming in to score from third base is Gavin Bullock. So he'll score the second run of the inning for Lincoln Standing Bear. This one on probably what will go down as a wild pitch in between the legs of Smutney. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Bases are empty, but Lincoln Standing Bear is now in front 2-0. Both runs scored with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped toward the right side. Murray, the second baseman, gloves it. The throw to first is low and not able to be handled again by Chickus. So another throwing error for the Bears infield has allowed another Standing Bear runner safely on the bases. This will be recorded as an E4. The inning continues for Lincoln Standing Bear, and that will bring up Henry Larson, the right fielder. First pitch is a little bit high. Ball 1. Trying to look here. Larson actually was not on the roster that they provided that we printed off. There's a throw over to first base, and it's past Chickus and out of play. I don't know if they're going to allow an extra base with the ball going, looked like maybe over through the fence. Advancing to second at least is Warren, and it looks like that's all the further he will get. So Warren is now at second in scoring position. The count on Henry Larson is a ball and no strikes. The pitch from Matika is popped up and out of play. That will even up the count at 1-1. Umpire needs to reload his supply of baseballs. So now we'll resume play. 1 ball, 1 strike the count with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Lincoln Standing Bear leading it 2-0. Both of their runs have scored with 2 away. Matika's going to spin and throw back to second base. Snagged there by Brevin Leggett, but is unable to apply a tag. So Warren is safe. Remains out there at second. We'll await the 1-1 pitch again to Henry Larson. That pitch is a little bit high. Larson lays off, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Excuse me, 2 balls and 1 strike, pardon me. 2-1 the count. It's still early for some of us. That 2-1 pitch is fouled back, and now the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Matika and the Bears defense can find a way to record that third out, get themselves into the dugout and try and even up this ball game here. 2 unearned runs for Lincoln Standing Bear here in this top of the first. And that pitch misses low. That will allow Warren to advance to third easily. He was actually well over halfway there. I'm not sure if he was stealing or not, but he was trying to draw the attention of Matika with his aggressive leadoff, and that ball skipped away from Smutney, went back to the screen, and Warren was about 6 steps away from third base already. So now he's over there at third. It's a 3 ball, 2 strike count on Henry Larson. And called strike 3. Matika gets the outside corner to end the top of the first. Runner stranded at third base, but Lincoln Standing Bear does a little bit of damage. They score 2 runs. They'll take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the first inning when we come back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back to BSDN Live. Ready for the bottom of the first inning. Take a look at the Bears lineup. It'll be Brevin Leggett, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Nelson Cush, the center fielder. Andrew Smutney, the catcher, bats third. Colton Nixon, the right fielder, will bat in the cleanup spot. He's followed by Nathan Murray, the second baseman. Lucas Matika, the pitcher, hitting sixth. Cameron Wilkins will bat seventh. He's the third baseman. Carter Saylor, the left fielder, hits eighth. And Thomas Chickus, first baseman, will bat ninth. They will face Gavin Bullock, right-handed thrower for Lincoln Standing Bear, working with a 2-run lead. First pitch to Brevin Leggett is low for ball one. It's been a rough season at the plate so far for the Bears as a team. Leggett leads the way from a batting average standpoint as he swings and misses at that one. Counts even now at a ball and a strike. Brevin is batting .261 on the season. It's a Bears ball club that is hitting collectively .190 so far through 17 games. That pitch missed outside, and the count is now 2-1 strike on Brevin Leggett. Bullock with a long pause. We're going to get a timeout called there. Leggett, a freshman shortstop, has 12 hits, 11 of them singles. He does have one double. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Count is even now. 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for the Bears here in the bottom of the first inning as they trail it 2-0. Bullock with the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Count will stay the same at 2-2. Almost looked for a minute like that was foul tipped into the glove. In his 61 plate appearances, he swings this one toward the left side. It's backhanded by the shortstop Minzel. The throw across the diamond is picked out of the dirt nicely by Freschel. And Leggett is retired for out number one here in the bottom of the first. That will bring up Nelson Cush, the Bears' senior center fielder. Nelson's hitting .250 on the year. He's got 10 hits, 8 of them singles, 2 doubles. He swings at the first offering here and fouls it away. Counts 0-1. Nelson has scored 7 runs and driven in 6 as well. That pitch is going to stay off the plate outside. Count is even now, 1-1 strike. Bullock quickly into the wind. Comes back toward the inner half of the plate, misses low and inside. Cush ahead now, 2 balls and a strike here with 1 away in the bottom of the first. And that ball's on the outside corner. So the count is now even. 2 strikes on Nelson Cush, the left-handed hitting center fielder. That pitch misses high and outside. And another full count. 3 strikes. Let's see if Cush can find his way on the bases. Gavin Bullock into the wind and the pitch. Swung on and hit right back up the middle. Gloved by the second baseman. The throw across the diamond is off the mark. And Cush will reach base safely. You probably could go either way on that one with a hit or an error. It was a nice play really made by Henry Warren as he gloved it behind second base. I'm not sure he was going to get Cush with a good throw. So unofficially, I'll give him a single. Andrew Smutney is the batter now. He's hitting .233 on the season, the Bears catcher. Quick throw over to first base. Cush will dive back safely. Nelson has stolen 10 bases on the season. He is actually 10 for 10 in that category. He takes off here on the first offering, slides in, and he is safe out there at second base. So make it 11 for 11 for Cush. He's now in scoring position. Pitch to Smutny was in there for a called strike, so he's down in the count, 0-1. But with one away, the Bears have a runner at second base. And here's the offering from Bullock. Smutny swings and fouls it off with the right side and out of play. That moves the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Andrews got 2 RBIs on the season. 7 hits, 6 of them singles. There's a quick check of second base there by Bullock, and Cush scrambles back quickly. 73 hits for Blair as a team. 61 of them are singles. 10 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Round out the rest. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good job by Smutny to spoil that one as he fouls it over actually into the standing Bear dugout. Everybody looks like they're all right. Count stays the same at 0-2. Bears trying to get on the board here and answer the 2 runs that Lincoln Standing Bear posted in the top of the first. As Bullock checks the runner at second. Again, Smutny swings and fouls this one out of play off of the first base side. Still a no ball, 2 strike count. Good fight put up here by Smutny. It's been a pretty good battle with Bullock as well. He's got some pitches to work with if he wants to waste one. No 2 count. Breaking ball off the plate. It's now 1-2. Good eye there by Smutny. Pretty good spot, too, by Bullock. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count as Cush leads away from second base. Couple of looks from Bullock, and now the offering is swung on and fouled again back to the screen. So another foul ball by Andrew Smutny. Smutny's quality at bat percentage is actually among the team leaders. He's at about 51.3%. I would say that this categorizes as one of those so far, as he's now worked it to a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Fighting off several potential third strikes with foul balls. He's now evened up the count. 2-2 with a runner at second and 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Gavin Bullock with a look towards second base, and now the pitch. It's outside ball 3, and it's going to get past Bo Epp, and that will allow Nelson Cush to move up to third base. So the third full count in as many batters for Blair to start this bottom of the first inning. They've done a nice job forcing Gavin Bullock to work. Now let's see if Smutny can make it pay off. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away here in the bottom of the first, and a runner at third. That pitch is swung on and chopped toward the right side. That's going to allow Cush to score, and Smutny's going to beat out the tag. He'll be safe. Good hustle. That's an infield single for Andrew Smutny, and good heads-up base running by Nelson Cush as well. Jackson Fresho fielded it okay, but it was always going to be a tough play with Smutny running hard in just about the same place where he fielded it. Smutny was turning to run past him, and Fresho was unable to apply the tag. And now a courtesy runner for the Bears catcher. It's Owen Mann heading out to first base. So Andrew Smutny was in an 0-2 hole, fought off several pitches. Eventually he's going to get an RBI and a hit, and the Bears trail it now by only 1 run. It's 2-1. As Gavin Bullock comes in. Didn't like the baseball that they had given him, so he's going to throw that to the side. Colton Nixon, the sophomore right fielder for the Bears, the cleanup hitter. First pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike 1. I mentioned earlier the lack of extra base hits Blair has had, Nixon has filled up that category. He's got 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. The only triple and the only home run for the Bears this season. Quick throw over to first base, and Mann dives back safely. Colton's hitting .242. He's only totaled 8 hits. Half of them are extra base hits. There's another throw over to first base. Good job by Freschel to pull that one out of the dirt. Keeps Mann at first base. We're still in the bottom of the first. Both teams have done some damage. It's 2-1. Still only 1 out for the Bears. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and the count on Nixon is now 0-2. Good pitch there from Bullock. Nixon's driven in 10. Scored 4 times himself, and he's walked 3 times. He's facing an 0-2 count here. Quick throw over again by Bullock. And again, Mann dives back safely. And now the pitch as the runner takes off. It's high for a ball, and sliding into second base ahead of the tag is Owen Mann. Pretty good throw from Epp. Mann got a good jump, however, and he's now out there in scoring position as Nixon laid off that fastball that was a little bit too high, so he's now got a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Bullock comes set. That pitch is a breaking ball that missed outside. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Same situation we saw Andrew Smutney in just a moment ago. Let's see if Nixon can battle back from that 0-2 hole. Mann leads away from second. And the pitch from Bullock. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Nixon goes down looking for out number 2. First strikeout of the ball game for Gavin Bullock. And now with 2 outs, it'll bring us to the number 5 batter in the Blair lineup. It's Nate Murray, the sophomore second baseman. Murray also hitting .250 so far this season. 9 hits, all of them singles. First pitch in there for called strike 1. Murray has also scored 8 times and driven in 6. He's got a runner out there in scoring position that represents the tying run here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 pitch from Bullock. Swung on and lifted high in the air to right. Larson drifting over, now in, and he slides and makes the catch. Great catch by Henry Larson, fighting the sun out there. He's able to hold on to it, and that's going to end the bottom of the first. Blair gets 1 run back. They'll trail it 2-1 as we head to the top of the second. Back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back here to Veterans Memorial Field. We're ready for the top of the second. 7, 8, and 9 in the Standing Bear lineup. Leading off the inning will be Max Moroz, the third baseman. Lucas Matika out on the mound for the Bears for inning number 2. First pitch is low and outside. Ball 1. And Moroz swings and chops the 1-0 pitch, foul down the third base side, evens up the count now at 1-1. Matika and the Bears trail it 2-1 as we start the second inning. Lucas with the wind and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Count is now 1-2 strikes. Bears have sort of been their own worst enemy here defensively. Matika's done a nice job getting ground balls. This one is actually a foul ball that's popped just out of play over into the Standing Bear dugout. Count stays the same at 1-2 strikes. In the top of the first, Matika retired the first two batters, and then a ground ball by Jackson Freschel should have ended the inning. It was misplayed, actually was fielded cleanly, but an errant throw by Wilkins at third kept the inning alive, and Standing Bear was able to score twice. Here's the 1-2 pitch again. Chop toward third. Wilkins on the big hop. The throw across the diamond this time is on the money as Chickus makes the catch. Had to stretch just a little bit, but he got his foot back on the bag in time. And Moroz is retired 5-3 to start the top of the second. That will bring up the number 8 batter for the Grizzlies. It's Bo Epp, their catcher, and a freshman. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner, called strike one. And Matika misses just off the plate that one. So the count's now 1-1 strike. As we've talked about with Lucas before, when he gets into a rhythm, he likes to get that ball quickly back from home plate. Start the windup right away. This one misses outside. It's 2-1. Keeps the game moving. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing. I'm not sure if he offered at it or if it caught the corner. Either way, it's called strike two. So the count on Epp is all even now. 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch misses well outside, and now a full count. 3 strikes. No walks issued yet by Matika, really by either team through the first inning. See if Lucas can find the strike zone here. The windup and the pitch. Swung on and hit toward the right side. Little line drive is misplayed by Murray, then picked up, and the throw across is in time. That was an adventurous line drive, so it was, I think, maybe not hit quite as hard as Nate thought it was. Hit his glove, bounced out, landed at his feet. He picked it up and threw it to Chickus, who was covering, and just beat Bo Epp, who was running. So it is a not-so-routine 4-3 put-out for the Bears, and there's now 2 away. And we're at the bottom of the Standing Bear order. Cooper Schultz at the plate. And the center fielder takes the first pitch in for called strike one. He swings at the 0-1 pitch, fouls it off the screen, and now it's 0-2. Just like in the first inning, Matika's retired the first 2 batters. Rather, Matika and the Bears defense have retired the first 2 batters. See if they can complete the inning here. Schultz lifts this one high in the air to left, drifting back all the way to the fence is Saylor. It's over his head off the wall, and it'll be a stand-up double for Cooper Schultz. That one is nothing you can blame on the defense. That was hit hard, and I think it landed on the warning track in the air at one hop the wall. Nicely done there by Cooper Schultz. So now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, we will move it back to the top of the order. Cameron Foster is the batter. The left fielder flew out in his first at bat. Here he squares and tried to attempt a surprise bunt with 2 outs. He came up empty, so the pitch is called a strike. Bounced away from Smutney for a moment, but he's able to corral it quickly before Schultz can go anywhere. And the 0-1 pitch now, that misses outside. Count moves to a ball and a strike. 2 outs. Let's see if the Bears can find a way to retire Foster and keep this a 2-1 game. Good pitch, swung on and missed. It's strike 2. Breaking ball was in the dirt. Smutney did a good job to block it and kept it in front. As I mentioned, Schultz had to remain at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, the count on the leadoff hitter, Cameron Foster. Matika with the look into home. Runner takes off, and that one's going to be swung on and popped up behind home plate. Andrew Smutney will discard his mask, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So Cameron Foster pops out to the catcher to end the top of the second. Standing Bear gets a runner in scoring position, unable to score, so we will take a 2-1 ball game into the bottom of the second inning. Back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. And welcome back here to BSDN Live. Leading off the bottom of the second, it'll be Lucas Matika. He'll be followed by Cam Wilkins and Carter Saylor. 6, 7, and 8 in the Bears lineup. Gavin Bullock back out there on the mound for the Standing Bear Grizzlies. They lead it 2-1 as Matika, the Bears pitcher, first pitch swinging and pops it foul up and out of play. Counts now no balls and a strike. Lucas hitting 200 this season, 49 plate appearances, 40 at-bats. He has 8 hits. That pitch is outside for ball 1. Counts now 1-1. 5 singles, 3 doubles for Lucas. He's also walked 6 times with 2 hit by pitch as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here with nobody out to lead off the bottom of the second. Bullock from the wind. And that pitch is fouled back. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Matika now awaits the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off again. It's one thing the Bears have done really well so far here in this ball game is lengthen out their at-bats. Even after they get a 2-strike count, they've done a really good job battling against Bullock. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Did he go? They'll say he did. So a tried check swing there, and Matika goes down on strikes. He is the second strikeout victim of the ball game for Gavin Bullock. And with 1 away, that will bring up Cameron Wilkins, the third baseman for Blair. Takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Wilkins, the junior right-handed hitter, lays off the 0-1 pitch. It's outside. Count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. That misses outside as well. And now it's 2-1. Wilkins has appeared in just 6 games, so only 13 plate appearances. He's only got 1 hit so far. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing, but he went through, came up empty. Counts even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilkins has walked 4 times. Struck out 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's high, and Cam has worked it to a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. A little bit low and outside. That's ball 4. Our first walk issued by either side. We'll send Cam Wilkins down to first base, and that'll bring up the number 8 batter for the Bears. It's Carter Saylor, the senior left fielder. Saylor steps into the box as Wilkins leads away from first. We'll see if the Bears try to put Wilkins leads away from first. We'll see if the Bears try to put things in motion here. Wilkins takes off. It's chopped towards short. Wilkins will beat the play. Wilkins takes off. It's chopped towards short. Wilkins will beat the play at second. The only throw is to first. And a nice job there by Menzel is to first. And a nice job there by Menzel to recognize that as he'll throw it across the diamond, and Saylor is retired. On that as he'll throw it across the diamond, and Saylor is retired on the fielder's choice.
That ground out brings to the plate.
So now with 2 outs,
Thomas Chickis.
and Cam Wilkins at second. That'll bring up the first baseman and the number 9 batter for the Bears, Thomas Chickis. Lefty with an opportunity to drive in a run and tie this game. He swings and hits this one toward the left side. Gloved by Menzel, the shortstop. The throw to first is in time. Chickis will ground out to end the threat here in the bottom of the second. Bears get a runner in scoring position, unable to move him across. It'll be a 2-1 score. Lincoln Standing Bear with the lead as we head to the top of the third. Back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Due up in the top half of the third for the Grizzlies. Number 2, Jackson Menzel, followed by number 3, Jackson Freschel, and number 7, Gavin Bullock.
And we're back here on BSDN Live from Veterans Memorial Field. We begin the top of the third. Headed right into the middle part of the Lincoln Standing Bear lineup. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Jackson Menzel will get things started for the Grizzlies. Lucas Matika still on the mound for the Bears. 2-1 ball game. First pitch to Menzel is outside, ball 1. Matika struck Menzel out in his first at bat. Comes back with a good pitch on the inside corner there to even up the count. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting shortstop. Breaking ball is going to catch the outside corner. That moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Menzel. Matika with the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and away. Tried to get Menzel to chase, and he did not, so the count's now 2-2 on the sophomore shortstop. And he swings and misses at the breaking ball and goes down on strikes for out number 1 ball game for Matika. And with 1 away, that brings up Jackson Freschel, who reached on an error and scored in his first at-bat back in the first. First pitch of this at-bat's in there for a called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike now, the count with 1 away. Breaking ball, I think that's going to stay a little bit high. That is the call from our home plate umpire, so the count is even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Last time Freschel grounded it to the left side. Swings and misses at a good fastball here. Counts now 1-2. He grounded it to the left side to Cam Wilkins, who wasn't able to make the throw. And once again, it's grounded to the left side. Off the glove of Wilkins. Comes in, scoops it up the throw, and a good play there by Chickus with the stretch. And Freschel is retired for out number 2. That play was much more difficult than the one from the top of the first. Nice job by Wilkins. A little bit of redemption there. Came in and picked that ball up, or at least knocked it down on the short hop, and then the throw across the diamond. And Chickus made a good stretch to record the out. So 2 outs. That brings up Gavin Bullock. Bullock, the opposing pitcher, fouls that one off. It's 0-1. He doubled, drove in a run, and then eventually came around to score himself back in the first inning. That's how Standing Bears scored there too, as he pulled one to left field and over the head of Carter Saylor. He's down in the count here, 0-1. Brief stoppage for our home plate umpire to clear off the area around home plate. That pitch misses low and outside. Count is now 1-1 strike on the cleanup hitter for Lincoln Standing Bear. 2-1 your score. That one is chopped toward the left side, and coming into glove it is Wilkins. The throw to first base again is picked out of the dirt by Chickus. Nice job by Thomas over there, and back-to-back groundouts to third have ended the third inning for the first time in the game. Lincoln Standing Bear goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and we move to the bottom of the inning with the Grizzlies leading it 2-1. We're back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Field. 2-1 your score as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Lincoln Standing Bear with the lead. The Bears have the top of their order headed to the plate. It'll be Brevin Leggett, Nelson Cush, and Andrew Smutney for the Bears this inning. Gavin Bullock back out on the mound for the Grizzlies, ready to start his third inning of work. Lincoln Standing Bear scored 2 in the first. Blair scored 1 in their half. Both put up scoreless seconds. First pitch to Leggett is outside, ball 1. Brevin grounded out to short in his first at bat, back in the bottom of the first inning. This one's hit right back up the middle and into center field. That'll be a base hit right off of the mound and almost off of the foot of Gavin Bullock. Good start to the inning there for the Bears. And now we'll see if Blair is able to put some things in motion here. Leggett is 8 for 8 on stolen base attempts this season. We've already seen Nelson Cush steal a base earlier in this ball game. Wouldn't surprise me to see it again here as Cush steps into the plate. Leggett leads away from first. The throw over. Brevin dives back. Actually, Freschel, the first baseman, wasn't even on the bag holding Leggett. He was in front of it. Now he moves a little bit closer as Leggett leads away. Cush squares to bunt, lays down a pretty good bunt down the third base line, but it's going to roll just foul for a strike. That's a great bunt, actually, by Cush, because that was a breaking ball that was sort of knifing in on his hands. Did a good job just to get the bat on it. Bit unfortunate there that it spun off of the grass and then rolled across the baseline into foul territory. Otherwise, he may have had had himself an infield single as well. As it stands, it's no balls and 1 strike to count. Leggett again leads away from first. He'll take off with the pitch. Cush swings and misses. The throw down to second is not in time as Brevin slides in safely. The throw was just a little bit high from Epp and took Menzel just half a second to snag it out of the air and bring the tag down, and that was all that Leggett needed. So he's safe at second with a stolen base. Cush is down in the count 0-2, but he's got a runner now in scoring position. Nelson singled, by the way, his last time up and then came around to score. That pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. Cush worked it all the way to a full count in his first at bat. Got some work to do here. 1-2, and the pitch swung on and popped up foul. And our count stays the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bears are going to make Gavin Bullock work to try and keep them off the scoreboard here this inning. The leadoff runner already in scoring position with nobody out. A 1-2 count here on the Bears center fielder Nelson Cush, and a long look into Epp, the catcher. Too long for Nelson, and he calls time. Everybody steps out. Now we're back in, and we're ready for the 1-2 pitch. Bullock checks the runner at second. Fastball swung on and missed. Nelson goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the third. Let's see, that is strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Gavin Bullock. So with 1 out, that will bring up the number 3 batter for the Bears. It's Andrew Smutny. Smutny had an infield single and an RBI in his first at bat. Ball he chopped toward the right side. This one's popped toward the first base dugout and just out of reach of Jackson Freschel. Made a pretty good effort over there behind the dugout and actually out of my field of vision, but I believe he's unable to make the catch, judging by Smutny's slow walk back to the right-handed batter's box. He's down in the count, though. No balls and 1 strike. Brevin Leggett is at second with 1 out. He represents the tying run here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. That moves the count to 0-2. Remember back in the first, Smutny on a full count pitch chopped one to the right side. It was fielded by Freschel, the first baseman. Smutny hustled down the line and beat the tag and also drove in Cush from third on that same play. No balls and 2 strikes the count here with 1 away in the third. And once again we'll get time called as Bullock and Epp couldn't quite get on the same page. And now we're ready to go. The 0-2 pitch. High and inside. Smutny leans back out of the way, takes the first ball of this at bat and moves the count to 1-2. Andrews now driven in 3 this season. See if he can make it a 4th here by finding something in the outfield. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off and Smutny chops this one foul. So the count stays the same at 1-2. Looked like they may have had a hit and run on. Not sure that Leggett had a big enough lead to steal third on his own. Only about 2 or 3 steps off the bag is Brevin, and now he'll trot back as Bullock turned over his right shoulder and chased him back to the bag. The 1-2 pitch coming again to Smutny. Tried to check his swing, and he was able to do so as they appeal to our umpire out there near second base. That moves the count to 2-2, much to the chagrin of the visiting fans from Lincoln. Smutny still at the plate. and an opportunity to pick up an RBI. Getting a little bit of chatter, I think, from the Standing Bear dugout as our base umpire is motioning for them to just back off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. And the pitch. That's high, ball 3, and running into a tag over there at third base is going to be Brevin Leggett. I mentioned just a moment ago that didn't appear that he was leading off far enough from second base to have a straight steal, and he tried it again. He's caught stealing for out number 2, and that erases the runner from scoring position. It's a full count now on Smutney. He swings again and chops this one fouled off the third base side. Have to wonder if somebody missed a sign there, if that was maybe supposed to be a hit and run, because pitch was well out of the strike zone, so Smutney didn't swing. Full count pitch, lined into left field, base hit, and Andrew Smutney for the second time is on base with a single. It's unfortunate that the Bears ran into the throw over there at third base, however, because that very likely could have scored Leggett and tied the game. Courtesy runner back out there for Smutney is Owen Mann, so he trots out to first base again. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter for Blair. It's Colton Nixon. Nixon, the sophomore right fielder, struck out in his first at bat. Now he's up there with a runner at first. And 2 away. We'll see how long Mann stays at first base. Good fastballs just off the plate for ball 1 to Colton Nixon. Bears have been fairly aggressive stealing second base so far in this game. That fastball is up and out of the zone again. So now it's 2-0. Gavin Bullock's trying to pitch around a little bit of trouble and put up a scoreless number here in this third inning. Quick throw over, and Mann dives back safely. 2 balls and no strikes the count with 2 away here in the third. Bullock comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good fastball there. Nixon couldn't catch up to it. Now it's 2-1. It makes sense if the Bears would try and put Mann into motion here. You run into an out at second. You still have your cleanup hitter at the plate to start the next inning. It swings and misses again, and now the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you're successful at stealing second, of course, you got a runner in scoring position. Might all be a moot point, though, however, now with a 2-2 count on Colton Nixon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That fastball misses high and inside. Brings us to a full count, and with 2 outs, that should allow Owen Mann to get a running start over there from first base. Let's see if he takes advantage with a bigger lead as well. He'll take off. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nixon goes down on strikes. He's the second strikeout victim of the inning, the 4th of the ball game for the Bears. So they go scoreless in the third. Got a runner all the way to second, and then he was erased, caught stealing. So we head to the top of the 4th. It's still 2-1. Lincoln Standing Bear in front. We're back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
For the Grizzlies. And just a heads up, over at our concession stands, hot dogs and hamburgers are ready, fresh off the grill.
Welcome back here again to BSDN Live for the top of the fourth inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Standing Bear lineup. Out there to face Lucas Matika again.
11, Henry Warren.
It'll be Henry Warren, the second baseman, to lead off the inning. Warren reached on an error back in the first. First pitch here is a fastball on the outside corner for called strike one. This one's hit back up the middle, gloved there by the shortstop Leggett. The throw across the first is right on the money. And Warren grounds out for out number one here in the top of the fourth. That will bring up the number 6 batter and the right fielder, Henry Larson. Larson went down looking to end the top of the first inning. Stranded a runner at third. That pitch missed high for ball one. 2-1 your score. Lincoln Standing Bear in front. It's now 2-0 as that pitch misses low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Henry Larson. See if Lucas can battle his way back here. That pitch missed outside. And now it's 3-1. Matika has not walked anybody so far here in this ball game. Catches the inside corner with a big 3-1 pitch there, and now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away, and the pitch from Matika. That ball's chopped foul down the left field line, down toward the Bears bullpen. Count stays the same. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away, and Matika with the wind and the pitch. That ball is lifted foul. Out of play over toward the parking lot.
Hey, reminder to turn those foul balls into the concession stand for
Still 3-2.
courtesy of Matt Heller with MP Dodge.
We'll see if Matika or Larson is going to win this battle. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped toward the left side. This time it's gloved by Wilkins, the third baseman. The throw across the diamond is low and in the dirt. This time Chickas not able to pick it out of there, and reaching on the error is Henry Larson. So the difficulties for the Bears defense continue. The third throwing error of the game. And with 1 away, now a runner at first. That will bring up Max Morose, the third baseman for Lincoln Standing Bear. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Andrew Sputney popped up out of his crouch quickly. He thought that maybe Henry Larson was on his way to second, but no steal attempt there. Larson still at first. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Throw over, they might have, they almost got Larson leaning with 1 extra step there. Good idea by Matika, good quick glove by Chickas, but not quite enough. Formidable lead by Larson as well. This pitch is swung and fouled away. That was interesting. It looked like it may have hit Morose somehow, but he swung at it. Not sure if it went off one of his hands that was on the bat. He's kind of pointing toward his right arm as well, but a foul ball is the call. Counts 1-1. 2 times Matika has come inside on Morose, who gets his toes all the way up on that inside chalk. There's a snap throw to first base. It's a little bit low. That pitch, by the way, was out of the zone, ball 2. The throw took Chickas a little bit off the line. Tomo's also playing in front of the bag. Not able to apply a tag at all, actually, on Larson. There's a throw over again. Larson dives back safely. So far, Larson hasn't made any indication that he was moving to second, but he really has been very aggressive with that lead at first. Might have got him. Oh boy, they're so close over there. He sort of knows his limit, and he's done a good job stretching it right to where he knows he can get to. Matika comes set. Pitch home is fouled to the screen. I believe the count is 2-2. We'll see if our umpire, or 1-2. Haven't seen an indication yet. I thought the 1-1 pitch was outside, but didn't see it from the umpire there. That pitch misses low. Matika with a throw over to first. Again, excuse me, Larson dives back safely. Moreau's battling at the plate. Lucas has two. Runner takes off. This pitch is lifted in the air to center. Opportunity at a double play here as Cush will make the catch in center. Not able to get it in quickly enough as Larson turns and heads back safely to first base, but a good job there by the Bears to record the out for out number 2.
Now batting catcher number 42, Bo F.
Runner at first still is Larson, and that will bring up the number 8 batter. It's Bo Epp, the catcher, who grounded out to second his first time up. That throw almost got away from Chickus. That actually might have bounced off the helmet of Larson. Fortunately for the Bears, only a couple of feet away from first base. And Chickus was able to get it quickly. Larson still at first. Matika with the offerings fouled away. He's ahead in the count now. No balls and 1 strike on Bo Epp, the freshman catcher for Lincoln Standing Bear. The 0-1 pitch. It's fouled away down the third base side. Now it's 0-2. Matika trying to pitch around a 1-out error by the Bears and put up another 0 on the scoreboard here in this 4th inning. Throw over to first. Just trying to keep Larson honest as we await the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. Good job that time by Smutney. Shifting to his right to keep it in front. Keeps Larson at first. The count's 1-2 now with 2 outs. Another throw over to first, and again Larson dives back safely. Lucas checks that. Runner takes off. That pitch is inside. It's going to hit Epp right in the middle of the back. So he will head down to first base after the hit by pitch. Larson is at second.
Now batting number 12.
And with 2 outs and runners at first and second, we move to the bottom of the order. It's Cooper Schultz, the center fielder. Schultz doubled in his only at bat back in the second. It was a ball that was hit deep to left. 1 hop the wall. Now he's in a spot to be able to do a little bit of damage here. He did that with the bases empty. First pitch here scoots past Smutney and all the way to the backstop, so everybody moves up 1 base. Larson to second. Larson to third. Epp to second. And Schultz now in the driver's seat with a 1-ball, no strike count. And now 2 men in scoring position. His team leads it 2-1 here in the 4th. Matika misses outside with that one, and a good stretch there by Smutney, reaching well into the left-handed batter's box to keep that one from going to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes the count. That one catches the inside corner. That moves the count to 2-1. Big at bat here for both sides. The wind and the 2-1 pitch. Hammered foul down the third base side on the ground, but actually bounced up and over the fence and into the stands. Hopefully everybody. Counts even at 2-2 with 2 outs here in the fourth. The pitch from Matika. Breaking ball that misses outside. Now it's 3-2 with the top of the order waiting on deck for Lincoln Standing Bear. Here's the full count pitch. Inside, that actually might have hit him. Either way, Schultz is headed down to first, and the bases are loaded now. That's going to draw a visit from the Bears dugout to talk to Lucas Matika. Bears have a 1-run deficit at the moment. It's 2-1. But the Grizzlies have the bases loaded. And their leadoff hitter, Cameron Foster, at the plate. Long discussion out there with the Bears infield and our pitcher, of course, for Coach Bilsland. Going to draw a visit from our home plate umpire. I'm not sure if they're trying to buy time. They do have a player warming up in the dugout down there. I think. I couldn't quite catch his number, so I'm not sure who it was. Either way, he's not going to be coming into the game as they will leave Matika out on the mound for now. He's 1 out away from getting out of this jam, but the bases are loaded, and now Cameron Foster's at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to right and popped out to the catcher in his 2 at-bats. First pitch here from Matika. Right down the middle, called strike 1. Would be a huge momentum swing for the Bears if they could keep Lincoln Standing Bear off the board here in this fourth inning. That pitch misses low. It bounces. It's blocked by Smutney. Scoots away from him a little bit, and now we've got some trouble on the bases for Lincoln Standing Bear as the back 2 runners try to move up. And now a rundown here between second and third, and now third and home, and they will get the out off of second base. So good heads up defense there by the Bears. Bo Epp is eventually thrown out, or tagged out rather, between second and third. So the ball scooted away from Smutney, and the runners from first and second tried to advance. The problem is that Larson never moved off of third base, so there was always going to be an issue of overloading one of the bases, and Blair did a good job of not panicking and making good throws when it really mattered, and they were able to get Epp tagged out. So that will strand 2 runners on the bases. Cameron Foster will actually be our leadoff hitter when we see Lincoln Standing Bear come back to the plate in the 5th, but there's a 0 on the scoreboard in the 4th. It's still 2-1. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the bottom of the 4th on BSDN Live. Knocked down by the second baseman, Warren, but no attempt on a throw. There'll be an infield single for Murray, and a good start to the 4th inning, the bottom of the 4th anyway, for the Bears.
Number 2, Lucas Matika.
That will bring up Lucas Matika with nobody out and a runner at first. We'll see how the Bears try and manufacture a run here in this inning, see if they can't tie the ball game. Try to carry some of the momentum from the top of the inning when Lincoln Standing Bear had the bases loaded, and then unable to score. Runner takes off. Matika hits this one right back up the middle. Not sure with who that bounced off of. Our home plate umpire says everybody is safe. It was interesting. It was hit right at the second baseman. Murray was running on the play, and he tried to duck out of the way. And now somebody's been tossed out of the game. I'm not exactly sure who just got the gate here, but the ball was hit right at the second baseman, Henry Warren. Murray tried to duck out of the way, and it looked like he did. I'm not sure if it hit him or it hit Warren, but the ball went into right field. Our base umpire signaled safe. So Murray is safe at second. Matika is safe at first. And immediately Kyle Beacom came out of the dugout. And I'm not sure, he must have said something that our umpire did not like, and he signaled somebody's been thrown out of the game. I'm not sure if it was, maybe it was a player that was thrown out. I'm not sure. Because now we've got a sub coming in from the dugout for Lincoln Standing Bear. Maybe we should just step away here for, that is going to be the case. I don't think the coach is wanting to make a switch on the pitcher's mound. But their starting pitcher, Gavin Bullock, is headed to the dugout. He obviously is not happy, so I'm guessing he might have been the player or person who was thrown out. So we'll get a new pitcher on the mound. It looks like maybe number 9, I think. That would be Drake Von Segren. If that's the case, we'll step away here for a couple of minutes. We'll try and sort things out. We'll be back. Bears have 2 runners on, nobody out here in the top of the 4th, or bottom of the 4th, excuse me, on BSDN Live. Welcome back to BSDN Live. The new pitcher for Lincoln Standing Bear is Drake Von Segern. He is a junior, right-handed pitcher. I think he got a few extra tosses because I don't know that he was warming up down in the bullpen. He was just pulled right out of the dugout from what I could tell. Runners at first and second for the Bears. Nobody out after the last play, the hit by Lucas Matika. Getting a discussion with the coach over on the out of the Blair dugout. I have to wonder if maybe they're going to ask for some of the fans here behind home plate to perhaps be relocated. I don't know. I actually haven't ever seen that before, but I don't know why they'd be talking to a member of the Blair coaching staff who then signals for perhaps an administrator. So I think maybe my guess might be right. So we'll see what's happening here. We're going to try and play baseball, though, which is the reason we are here. Runners at first and second, and the batter, back to the action, is Cam Wilkins. He walked in his last plate appearance back in the second. Ooh, Wilkins squares to bunt and bunts this one off of his helmet. Went up off of his face. It's a foul ball. Let's hope Cam's okay. Home plate umpire checks on him very quickly, and it appears that he's all right. That was, boy, scary situation there. Everything's all right, though, it appears anyway. Cam stays at the plate. The count's 0-1. Runners take their leads away. Nobody out. 2 on here. Wilkins going to square again. This one is bunted right back to the pitcher. Von Segern picks it up. The throw to first is in time. But a good job there by Wilkins. He does his job and advances both runners 90 feet. So he's thrown out for the first out of the inning. That will bring up the number 8 batter. The number 8 batter in the Bears lineup. It's Carter Saylor, their left fielder. Runners take their leads as Saylor steps into the box. Carter grounded out to short in his last at bat. He's going to square to bunt, lays a good bunt down here, and that'll be enough to get the runner home from third, and Saylor's going to be safe at first as that ball's misplayed, and a second run comes in to score. Scoring from second base is going to be the courtesy runner, number 17, Jackson Livingston. So a bunch of action there, but it results in a 2-run sort of infield single, I guess you'd call it, from Carter Saylor. Actually, it was probably a fast and furious action there, trying to keep up with it in the scorebook and up here live and on the field. Chickas takes that pitch low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Von Segern, the relief pitcher on the mound for Standing Bear. This one's chopped back up the middle, gloved by the shortstop. The throw to first is in time, so Chickas is retired for the second out. But Carter Saylor hustled to third on the play, so he's now at third base. We move back to the top of the order. It's Brevin Leggett with an opportunity to add to this now Blair lead with a runner at third base. Leggett is grounded out to short and singled in this game. First pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Bears have claimed the lead for the first time. It's 3-2 on a bizarre happenings here in this 4th inning. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, low and in the dirt, and it's going to scoot away from the catcher, and that will allow Carter Saylor to come in from third base. So the hustle on that ground ball by Chickas pays off as Saylor now comes in to score. He's the 3rd run of the inning for the Bears, and he makes the score 4-2, and the bases are now empty. It's 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away. Brevin Leggett, the batter. Brevin swings and fouls that one out of play down the first base side. Now it's 2-2. See if Leggett can get things restarted for the Bears here. 4-2 your score. Von Segern with the stretch, the pitch, lifted in the air to center. Schultz drifting to his left. He'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Bears score 3, and they've got the lead. It's 4-2 as we head back, or rather head into the top of the 5th. We're back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back to BSDN Live. We begin the the top of the fifth. The top of the fifth inning will be the top of the order for Lincoln Standing Bear. Cameron Foster, followed by Jackson Minsel and Jackson Freschel. The events of the bottom of the fourth inning have now carried over into the top of the fifth as a member of the Blair administrative staff is out visiting with our base umpire, perhaps just trying to clarify exactly what happened in the bottom of the inning, where a line drive may or may not have hit off of a Blair base runner, and immediately a Blair pitcher, a Standing Bear player, their pitcher, was tossed out of the game, presumably for something that he said or did. First pitch here is inside, ball one. And then some fans have been, let's say, questioning the call here vocally from the bleachers in front of us, and that caused a Blair administrator to get involved. So hopefully that's all straightened out. It's 2-0 the count on Foster, as Lucas Matika is trying to find his bearings out there now, pitching with a 2-run lead. 4-2 is the score. Good pitch there by Matika, is chopped toward the left side leg. It's deep in the hole. The throw across the diamond will not be in time, and Cameron Foster reaches on an infield single. He's on base for the first time here in the ball game. And with nobody out and a runner at first, it'll bring up Jackson Minsel, the shortstop.
Now batting number 2, Minsel.
He struck out twice in this game, once in the first, once in the third. Both of them against Matika. Lucas has struck out 3 so far in this game. Throw over to first to try and keep Foster close. Matika comes set. Minsel squares to bunt, pulls the bat back and takes a pitch low for ball one. Minsel, a sophomore shortstop, awaits the 1-0 pitch as Foster leads away from first. He'll pull the bat back, the throw back behind Foster. Good job by Chickas just to stop that one. It bounced in the dirt. Thomas able to stop it from going into right field. The throw down from Smutney, the catcher. 2 balls and no strikes is the count on Minsel. He's the number 2 spot in the batting order, so Lincoln Standing Bear has the right players up. This one's hit toward the left side, gloved quickly by Wilkins at third. Only plays to first, and they get the out. So Minsel does his job by advancing Foster to second.
Number 3, Jackson Freschel.
The sacrifice, there's now 1 away. Or rather, the ground out, I should say. There's 1 away. That brings up Jackson Freschel, the first baseman for Lincoln Standing Bear. He's hit it toward the left side twice. Once a ground out to third, and once a ground ball that resulted in a throwing error from Wilkins at third. Smutney out for a very quick conversation with Matika. Now he's back behind the plate. Let's see how they go after Freschel here. With 1 away and a runner at second here in the top of the fifth. First pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. But I believe the Bears would ride a good amount of momentum if they could put up another 0 here in this top half of the fifth inning. Matika comes set for the 0-1 pitch. Going to turn and throw it back to second base. Nice play there by Leggett, who was actually not playing on the bag. He was playing behind the runner. Able to snag it. Foster dives back safely. A long pause, and now the 0-1 pitch. That's inside. Freschel slides his knees out of the way. Moves the count to 1-1. With one on and one out here in the fifth. Matika with the pitch. This is just off the inside corner. And a good take there by Freschel. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Matika with a look to second. That pitch catches the outside corner. And it's even again. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Freschel. Number 3 spot in the standing Bear order. Lucas Matika with a look to second. And now he'll come home. That ball's chopped, fouled just in front of the base. A fake steal of third base there by Cameron Foster. I'm not sure if that would have distracted the Bears catcher or perhaps the batter more. But Freschel able to foul it off. Count stays the same. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 5th inning, a runner at second, a 4-2 ball game. That pitch comes inside. That might have hit him, and it did. So Freschel will walk down to first base after the hit by pitch. Cameron Foster has to remain out there at second, even though that ball skipped off of Andrew Smutney's glove to the backstop because it hit the batter. It was a dead ball. So he's unable to advance. Runners at first and second. And the batter is the new pitcher, Drake Von Segern, batting in place of Gavin Bullock. Von Segern swings and chops this one foul down the third baseline. It's a good thing for the Bears because Cameron Foster had gotten a great jump from second base. He was probably going to steal third base easily. But the foul ball sends Foster back to second and Freschel back to first. Count is no balls and 1 strike on Von Segern. Now a throw back to second base into center field, but unfortunately for Lincoln Standing Bear, Cameron Foster had gone back head first into second base, so he was not in any position to get up and try and go to third. Fortunate break there for the Bears. Counts 0-1 on Von Segern. A long look from Matika. Now the pitch. High and inside for ball 1. I think it's safe to say that Cameron Foster has got Lucas Matika's attention out there at second base. Some very long looks out that direction by Matika. That pitch comes inside, and I think that hit him. So Von Segern hit by the pitch, so consecutive hit batsman. And Lincoln Standing Bear has now loaded the bases with 1 out. And going to get a visit to the mound here. This time it's head coach John Roan. We'll see if he's going to take the ball from Matika, and he does. So we'll get a new pitcher for the Bears. There's 1 out. The bases are loaded for Lincoln Standing Bear in a 4-2 game. We will bring you the details of the new pitcher when we come back on BSDN Live. And welcome back to BSDN Live. New pitcher for the Bears is number 10, Brock Ham. Senior righty will inherit the bases loaded, and he'll face the number 5 batter in the Standing Bear lineup, their second baseman, Henry Warren. First pitch from Ham is low for ball 1. Bases loaded, Blair leading it 4-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Great opportunity for Lincoln Standing Bear. That offering from Ham misses outside. It's 2-0, and Warren's going to make him find the strike zone. Ham has appeared 6 times for the Bears. He's thrown 5 2/3 innings. The 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball that stays high, and now it's 3-0. Good job there by Smutty to bounce out of his crouch and grab that one. Opponents are hitting 190 against Ham. Now he's got to throw a strike. The 3-0 pitch is high for ball 4. Von Segern from first to second, and the 4-pitch walk moves Henry Warren down to first base. It's now 4-3. Lincoln Standing Bear has narrowed it to a 1-run deficit. And the bases are still loaded, and there's still only 1 out. Henry Larson is the batter, their right fielder. The first pitch from Ham is high for ball 1. Larson struck out in the first, and he reached on an error in the 4th. Ham misses with that pitch as well. It's ball 2. So Brock's come out of the bullpen. It's been 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There's a good one, swung on and missed. Larson comes up empty. It's 2-1 now. Infield in on the corners for the Bears. Middle of the infield double play depth. There's a swing and a miss, and now it's 2-2 on Henry Larson. Bases still loaded as the runners take their leads. Ham comes inside and Larson ducks out of the way. Now it's a full count with nowhere to put him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bears leading it by 1 run. And the pitch swung on and popped up in the air, and that's going to get up and out of play off the third base side, so the count stays full. 3-2 your count. Brock Ham trying to protect a 1-run lead. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, a big strikeout by Ham. His first. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Blair pitching. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up the number 7 batter, the 3rd baseman for Lincoln Standing Bear, Max Moroz. He's 0 for 2 in the game. He's put the ball in play twice. First pitch from Ham misses low, ball 1. He grounded out to third in the 2nd inning and flew out to center field in the 4th. 1 ball, no strikes, the count now with 2 away. Ham comes set. That pitch is low, bounce in the dirt. The throw back to third base is going to bounce into left field. And that's going to allow a run to score and tie this ball game. Smutty did a good job to block that ball from going to the backstop, but then the throw to third was an errant one that got past Cameron Wilkins into left field, so Freschel comes in to score. Both of the other runners move up 90 feet, so now it's runners at second and third. The score is now 4-4. It's a tie ball game. If you thought things were bizarre in the bottom of the fourth, it hasn't gotten much more normal here in the fifth. The pitch from Ham is lifted in the air to center. Drifting to his left to make the catch is Nelson Cush. Boy, he almost ran into Colton Nixon. And I actually think Nixon might have been the one that caught that. He was. So he came all the way from right field on the ball, hit mostly to center, made the catch. But unfortunately for the Bears, 2 runs scored that inning. It's a tie ball game. 4-4 now your score as we head to the bottom of the fifth. We'll see if Blair can get a run back. We come back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Grizzlies, 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. 2-2 at halftime. Due up in the bottom of the fifth for the Blair Bears. Number 1. Leading off for the Bears, number 1.
Welcome back here again to Veterans Memorial Field. Brian Abrahams with you as we begin the bottom of the fifth inning. Blair will have 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup. Nelson Cush will lead off the inning. He's facing Drake Von Seger, and the relief pitcher for Lincoln Standing Bear. First pitch is high for ball 1. 4-4 now your score after Standing Bear put up 2 runs in their half of the fifth. That pitch missed outside. It's 2-0. And that one missed as well. 3 balls, no strikes now the count. Bo Epp, the catcher for Standing Bear, took a little look back at. I think he thought that one was a strike, but Cush ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. And he's walked him. 4 pitches. Nelson Cush heads down to first base. Lead-off walk for the Bears. And that will bring up the number 3 batter, their catcher, Andrew Smutney. He's been the best batter for the Bears so far, at least in this game, with a pair of singles. Drove in a run back in the first as well. Keep your eye on Cush over there at first. He takes off. This ball is lined into right. That'll be a base hit. Cush stops just for a moment to make sure it dropped, and now he will round second and head to third. So an absolutely textbook hit and run put on there by the Bears, and they will now have runners at first and third. Andrew Smutney with his 3rd single of the game. His pinch runner, or courtesy runner rather, Owen Mann, back out on the bases for the 3rd time. And now with nobody out, runners at first and third. The batter is Colton Nixon, the Blair right fielder, with an opportunity to give his team the lead again. He struck out twice in this game, however, once in the first, once in the third. Runner's going to take off from first. There'll be a throw down, and now a throw back behind Nelson Cush. So they threw to second, and they're going to appeal this. I think Coach John Rowan wants to ask the home plate umpire if a tag was made. He doesn't believe that Cush was actually tagged over there at third. So they threw down to second. The ball was cut off by the shortstop, and Cush was caught straying away from third base. And now Coach Rowan is, I think, asking our base umpire if he can appeal it with the the home plate umpire. I'm not sure that he can, and that's an unfortunate base running mistake there for the Bears. Nelson Cush is erased from third, so that's a caught stealing. And that's out number 1. Owen Mann is safe at second. So still a runner in scoring position. Nixon's down in the count 0-1. Now it's 0-2. So an inning that started with such promise for the Bears suddenly looking a little bit bleak. Mann leads away from second. This ball is lifted straight up and out of play off of the net right behind the catcher. Count on Nixon is the same. It's 0-2. 4-4 your score. Von Segern set from the stretch. He checks the runner at second and the pitch. Just a little bit high and out of the zone. It's ball 1. Mann leads away from second as Nixon awaits the 1-2 pitch. Swings and lifts this one up and out of play off of the third base side, so the count stays the same. One ball and 2 strikes. Remember, Colton Nixon has shown some power with the bat this season for the Bears. I mentioned earlier, a couple of doubles, a triple, and a home run for Nixon. See what he can do here with 1 away. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Called strike 3. Nixon goes down on strikes for the 3rd time in the ball game. He is the first strikeout victim for Von Segern. And he's out number 2 here in the 5th. That'll bring up Nate Murray, the second baseman, with a runner still stranded out there at second base. Oh, Murray lines this one back up the middle. That went off of the face of Von Segern. So we're going to get some immediate help out there for him and make sure that he's all right. Runner safe at first. We're going to have to stop play here. I'm not sure if that hit him in the cheek or the mouth. He's telling both his coach and the Blair coach, John Roan, that hustled out, that he's fine, but boy, they need to check on him. That went right. I'm not even sure that that glanced off of his glove. Pretty quickly. And yeah, definitely don't want to rush this. Certainly both sides are, I think, are just fine to take their time and make sure that he is 100% A-OK. It'll go in the books as a single for Murray, but that's the really just not an important point here. We want to make sure that Von Segern is fine. So why don't we take a quick break while they check on him. I don't expect this game will he's up on his feet. Certainly that's a great sign, but we don't need to rush this back. We'll take a quick pause and we'll come back when they're ready to resume action here on BSDN Live. Well, welcome back to BSDN Live. The new pitcher for Lincoln Standing Bear is number 13. That is Cam Foster. We had him down as the left fielder, however, so to try and get you an update on who the new left fielder is for Lincoln Standing Bear. The good news is that Drake Von Segern really appeared didn't want to come out of the game. He jogged over to the dugout under his own power and looked even a little bit frustrated that he was having to come out. So I suppose that's a good sign after Murray lined that one right back up the middle, and it looked like it hit him in the face. There's 2 outs. Murray's going to try and now get caught in a rundown here. And now they will, I believe, just let him take second base with no throw. So Murray takes second. Owen Mann is the runner over at third that they tried to see if they could get him caught in a rundown. Didn't work. Runners now at second and third. Brock Ham's the batter for the first time in the game, the relief pitcher for the Bears in place of Lucas Matika. First pitch from Foster is low for ball 1. It has been a bizarre couple of innings here at Veterans Memorial Field. That pitch is a fastball from Foster that catches the outside corner. Counts 1-1. 4-4 as a reminder is your score. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch to Ham just missed. So the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners take their leads as Foster comes set. Pitch is swung on and missed by Brock Ham. Strike 2. Took a big hack at it. Brock's only had 3 plate appearances this season. He takes that pitch high and outside. That's ball 3. So now Ham with a walk or a hit would find his way on the bases. The 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swings and fouls that one back. Count will stay the same. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foster comes set, the 3-2 pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Cam Foster comes in. Brock Ham goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 5th. An inning that started with the Bears getting both their first 2 batters on the bases. Results in a scoreless inning for Lincoln Standing Bear. It's a 4-4 game as we head to the top of the 6th. Back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Top of the 6th for the Grizzlies.
Welcome back here again to BSDN Live. We begin the top of the 6th inning. It's a tie ball game, 4-4. Bo Epp, the number 8 batter in the Standing Bear lineup, will get things started. Brock Ham, the relief pitcher, out there for the Bears. First pitch to Epp is a breaking ball that stays high, ball 1. Epp is 0 for 1 in the game. He reached base with a hit by pitch in the 4th. That pitch stays high. It's 2-0. He also grounded out to second base in his first at bat back in the 2nd inning. 2 balls, no strikes the count here. And now it's 3-0. Looked like that one might have got stuck in Brock's hand as he went to deliver it and bounced about 60 feet away. Off to the first base side. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That misses high. That's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Bo Epp. And that brings up Cooper Schultz, the number 9 batter for Standing Bear. He's been on base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th and then doubled his first at bat. And now Brock Ham will work from the stretch. Squared bunt, and he pulled the bat back, and that pitch missed well off the plate and in the dirt, and a pass ball, or rather a wild pitch, will allow Bo Epp to advance to second base. One ball, no strikes, the count. Ham comes set. This time Schultz pulls the bat back and takes a called strike. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike with nobody out and a runner at second here to start the 6th inning for Lincoln Standing Bear. Ham comes set, checks the runner. This ball is bunted toward the right side. Chickas picks it up. He'll throw it to Murray, who was covering first base for out number 1. But a sacrifice bunt allows Bo Epp to advance from second to third. With 1 out and a runner at third base, we move back to the top of the order. And Cameron Foster, the now pitcher, formerly the left fielder for Lincoln Standing Bears, at the plate. First pitch from Ham misses low for ball 1. Foster flew out to right in the first. He popped out to the catcher in the second. And then he singled and scored in the 5th. Now he takes a pitch that's high and inside. And Ham is down in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. With 1 away and the infield drawn in. This ball is swung on and lifted in the air toward left. Out of play, but drifting over and I think unable to make the catch based upon the reactions from the players on the field is going to be Carter Saylor. So perhaps a break there for Cameron Foster. So he'll head back to the plate with a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And Brock Ham comes set. That pitch is high and inside. Foster ducks out of the way. Ham covering home after the ball skips to the backstop, and sliding in safely will be Thunder Carlson, who was out there running for Bo Epp. Courtesy runner for the catcher, and now Lincoln Standing Bear has taken the lead 5-4 here with 1 away in the top of the 6th. The count on Foster is 3-1. Now it's 3-2 as he swings and misses at that offering. Base is empty. 1 run in, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. And that pitch misses high for ball 4. The second walk of the inning issued by Brock Ham, And now once again a runner down to first base, and Coach Roan is going to make a walk out to the pitcher's mound. And we'll see if Ham will be replaced, and he will. So as the new pitcher comes on to take his warm-up pitches, we'll step away, and we'll be back. Bears down 5-4 with one away here at the top of the sixth on BSDN Live. Welcome back here to BSDN Live. New pitcher for the Bears is Jake Gaskell. He will take over with a runner at first base, and Jackson Minsel, the number 2 batter in the order, at the plate. First pitch to Minsel's in there for called strike one. Gaskell has appeared 4 times for the Bears this season, 4 times on the mound, that is. 7 total innings. The 0-1 pitch misses low for ball 1. Jake's got a opponent's batting average of just under 300, 294. He's allowed 10 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned in his 7 innings of work. Runner takes off from first. That pitch is low, and sliding safely into second base is Cam Foster. So he's now down at second after a walk and a stolen base. And the count on Jackson Minsel